Good Thursday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith after the rainstorm from Wednesday. Much better day today, very mild too, for this last Thursday of October 29th, 2015. Making your way out the door this morning, the leftover rain from last night is out on eastern Long Island now and moving away. Skies are still cloudy around the New Jersey-New York City metropolitan area, but there's breaks in the clouds across interior New Jersey as the cold front is making its way through. But believe it or not, there's another cold front and a series of cold fronts moving through to our west today that will be moving through over the next 24 hours. And temperatures today are already starting out where we should be for the normal highs for this time of the year, in the low to the mid-60s across the entire forecast region. We're going to get into the low and mid-70s around the region during this afternoon before the secondary cold front comes through and drops us back down about 10 or 15 degrees by this time tomorrow. We had a pretty good soaking around the region yesterday and last night. Even a thunderstorm came through our forecast center here last night at 10:30 p.m. as we were watching the Mets Game 2. That was a tough one too. We had amounts here of almost 2 inches, in some spots over 3 inches, locally heavy downpours and thunder across the region yesterday. Morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows the rain exiting into southern New England now, the east ends of Long Island. Here's cold front number 1. Some interior fog and leftover low-level moisture here across southeastern Pennsylvania. It's going to clear out today. Winds are already from the southwest across the entire forecast region ahead of this cold front. Temperatures are already above normal where they should be for the daytime highs right now as the cold front moves through. The secondary cold front moving through later today and tonight means the change in air mass again to a much cooler air mass back to near normal by tomorrow. The showers associated with the secondary cold front will probably begin to dry off as they make their way east across the region, so we're not anticipating any more precipitation for today or tonight. Morning pass of visible satellite imagery shows that tuft of clouds associated with the secondary cold front here. It's weakening. It's not as strong as this cloud deck that produced the showers and thunderstorms yesterday. We can definitely see this on visible satellite this morning with a pocket of generally drier air moving in right overhead of us right now. The water vapor channel shows the sinking air in place, so drier conditions here, and this is a weakening boundary to our west, so we're expecting dry conditions for today and tonight, but with the secondary cold front, cooler temperatures are on the way. Look at the radar mosaic right now. These showers are beginning to lose some of their punch here across western Pennsylvania as the secondary cold front pushes to the east. Meanwhile, the showers and thunderstorms from yesterday are now out on the Cape. The secondary batch here exiting central and eastern Long Island and interior Connecticut at this moment. Watches, warnings, and advisories here for southeastern New York, southeastern Long Island, New York. We can pull this up. Doesn't want to pull up. It's a coastal flood statement for Nassau and Queens and the South Shore bays with departures of tides around 1/2 to 1.5 feet above normal. This will continue to be in effect through 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Some minor coastal flooding there. Meanwhile, on all the coastal waters, the back bays here, the North Shore, the South Shore of Long Island, and also all of New Jersey, we basically have small craft advisories in effect through tomorrow morning for rough seas and westerly winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots out of the southwest and west for today. Seas 7 to 10 feet on the New Jersey coastline, and we're basically going to be dealing with 25 to 33 knot winds and seas 5 feet or higher across the South Shore and east ends of Long Island, and that's going to mean seas averaging 8 to 13 feet, and the small craft advisory again in effect for this region here until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. On the aviational weather deck this morning, we've still shrouded in some IFR, some limited IFR, and some MVFR across the region. Basically some patchy conditions across the area with lifting ceilings through the morning. Light southwest winds, patchy fog quickly dissipates after sunrise in just about an hour or so from now. And for the rest of the day, VFR scattered or broken at 4,000 feet. Light shower or sprinkle possible northwest of 95. Probably is going to be very little if that falls from the sky. And then through the midday, dry air advection, scattered to broken ceilings at 6,000 feet. A partly sunny day looks good. Some cirrus overhead as well. Gusty west to southwest winds at 25 knots, possibly isolated to 30 knots. And warm temperatures too, getting into the 70s. Tonight, VFR clear, scattered above 20,000, west-northwest wind behind the front, gust up to 15 knots early. And then, first of all, we're not expecting much in the way of any changes for Friday through Friday night. Basically, VFR gusty west winds at around 20 knots Friday, northwest Friday night. Saturday and Saturday night VFR good for Halloween. Northwest winds early, becoming west during the day, then southwest by Saturday night. Sunday and Monday VFR early, diminishing with a chance of some rainfall by Sunday night or early Monday at best. Very little contribution there. Southwest winds at around 20 to 25 knots on Sunday. Right now outside of Newark, we're at 63. That's about where the normal high should be for the day, and we're going to do it up into the lower 70s by the afternoon. Dew point's muggy at 61, humidity 94%, wind is southwest at 14. It's a very mild morning out there on the tarmac. Broken ceilings at 5,500 and 7,000. And VFR conditions in play, IFR conditions in place now, going over to VFR shortly. Philadelphia is in VFR right now, 64, dew point 61, humidity soupy 90%, wind southwest at 8. It's balmy conditions out there this morning, and broken ceilings at 1,000 and 6,000 feet. A few clouds breaking off during the afternoon hours, partly sunny, balmy, warm VFR conditions in place. National surface analysis this morning, cold front number 1 coming through, cold front number 2 coming through later this afternoon and this evening, and our deep stack low here south of Hudson's Bay, Canada, in Quebec, and Montreal moving away to the north and east. As it does so, cold front number 2 comes through late this afternoon. Could be a few sprinkles north and west of I-95, but not much appreciable precipitation at all. Downwind the lakes, a feature here that could feature a little bit more of the shower activity, but away from our region. And then by tomorrow, later tonight and tomorrow, we break off into clearing skies with a secondary cold front weakening as it makes its way close to the region. Notice the orientation of the high across the Midwest here, making its way over to the East Coast over the weekend. Secondary cold front trying to come through here on Friday afternoon. Washes out. More high pressure begins to build in for the weekend. Saturday looks good. Seasonal temperatures generally partly to mostly sunny skies for Halloween trick-or-treaters. We turn the clock back, warm front to our north, maybe an isolated shower on Sunday morning, then more high pressure builds in for the week with moderating temperatures. Yes, indeed, moderating temperatures once again with antecedently dry conditions continuing for the forecast region through the middle part of next week. In fact, it could continue into the mid to the late part of next week. With this pattern in place from November 3rd through the 7th, the 6 to 10 day outlooks now call for well above normal temperatures east of the Continental Divide here, and, well, below normal precipitation as expected. The next 8 to 14 days from November 5th through the 11th, a continuation of above normal temperatures and antecedently dry conditions for the region. High temperature forecast for today in the low to mid 70s, which is above normal. Secondary cold front comes through. By this time tomorrow afternoon, we'll be in the upper 50s to around 60, which is around seasonable levels for this time of the year. On Halloween itself, temperatures a little bit below normal, 55 to 57 degrees, and temperatures continue to moderate back into the low and mid 60s again on Sunday. Monday looks to be the same, with temperatures basically around normal in the 60 to 65 degree range. By the time we get to Tuesday, it looks good too. Temperatures in the seasonable levels at around 60 to 65 degrees. And the warm weather continues on Wednesday with near seasonal temperatures between 60 and 65 degrees. So, for everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a fantastic Thursday, and we'll see you bright and early again on Friday morning.